So Bitcoin seems to be getting rejected off the 100K psychological round number that we talked about in our previous Bitcoin video. And of course, you can see that on the daily time frame right over here. First of all, we had this candle that breached out of the level, it closed above, but then we have this particular one which is yet to close. It's going to be closing for the day in about 4 hours or so. But so far, so good. It clearly looks like what? It clearly looks like a bearish engulfing. These two candles, they look like engulfing candles. We can zoom in a bit so that we can see it a bit better. Now, as this look like engulfing candles, this simply means that this present candle has swallowed the previous one, and of course, it is showing dominance. Now, it is showing dominance of the area that we talked about earlier, here as resistance, here as resistance. Here too, there was a bit of resistance. It's a bit messy, but we can obviously see that this was clearly an area of interest. And then, of course, here is also an area of interest, which happens to be 92K. Remember, we said something in our previous video. You could go and watch it. I'll try to also link it in this video. We said that the 70K would be a good area for price to get to. In as much as people are calling for 1 million or whatever value, 200K or whatever you are looking at as a buy and hold trader, it's not a problem. But one thing you also need to understand is that price tends to retest. It tends to pull back, which is a way of refiring. When profit is taken for the buyers, price tends to rest, and then the sellers gradually take it back down to another area of interest before reloading. And that's probably what we're going to see. As I said in the other video as well, I keep on quoting the other video. We said this is also a possibility. The highs, all-time highs, by the way, of about 108K. It could also push higher before getting to 92 or 70. It's all about conducting your analysis. While you conduct your analysis, it is your own analysis. Do not let anybody on the outside tell you, oh, that is not what is going to happen. This is what is going to happen. The truth now is that nobody knows the exact way that this is going to play out. And that's why it is all speculative at the end of the day. Conduct your analysis, forget about what others are saying, look at the results after, and then improve on that. I've already blocked out that aspect of my trading years ago. So based on what we have here, assuming this is how it closes, nicely formed in this manner, there are two things I'm going to be looking out for, but I'm going to prefer this one. I'm going to prefer a quick retest still of this 99K, 100K area, just a quick retest, and then get a discounted entry here. We're using the daily time frame to analyze this. But for your entry, you could drop down in time frames and then look for that trigger. Whatever trigger it is, look for that trigger around here, get your discounted entry, have your stop loss above here, and then watch it drop, hopefully to 92, first of all, where there was a serious battle, as you can see, looking to the left-hand side. And then from here, it could bounce or it could break, and then use this as a form of what? New resistance to go down. We always talk about flip zone areas. Flip zone areas are areas that have acted as resistance and support in the past, as you can see from here. So this is already a flip zone area. So it will be interesting to see what price does when, or rather if it gets to 92K. Now, as we are going to be rounding up this video, don't forget to always look at price from both angles of the buyer and also the seller. It's going to give you a good enough perspective of what both parties are thinking of. Quite all right, we know that the trend, obviously, for the Bitcoin, the father of all cryptos, is to the upside. But then what we have in front of us is saying sell, sell, sell It might not be to sell all the way back to 40K or 30K, but at least to sell to 92 and then probably 70K. If it gets 70K, I'll probably pull out my full profit. I haven't gotten any entry yet, but I'm looking out for this candle to close first of all on the daily, and then I'm looking for a pullback. I like pullbacks. Now, I'm going to also explain this before I round up. I just noticed something. For this particular candle, let me zoom in a bit. For this daily candle, you could also put like a Fibonacci strictly on that candle from the highs to the lows over here on that candle. Now, when you do this, you'll notice something. You notice that this 9900K, it confluences with the 50 to 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. So this will be a very beautiful area for you to jump in, have a nice stop loss, and then of course have a take profit here at 92. And if you look at this, this is definitely 1 to 5 or even more than 1 to 5 reward. Now, assuming it gets to 70K within weeks or months, what do you think the risk to reward ratio is going to be? It is definitely going to be worth this trade. So with that said, trade safely. And as usual, if you have any comment whatsoever, you have your own analysis, whether it's the same with mine or it is different, use the comment section below. Let's discuss, let's engage. And of course, you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so when we drop new videos like this, you jump on them immediately and then you take advantage. Okay, with that said, thank you guys and trade safely. Cheers.